What happened when the class clown stopped laughing? Jamie was the only reason anyone survived our trash high school without losing their minds. This kid turned morning detention into a comedy special that had the supervisor crying from laughter instead of writing him up. I watched him make our ancient substitute teacher laugh so hard she forgot why she was mad and just let us watch movies for the rest of class. Everyone fought to be his lab partner because he'd narrate dissections like nature documentaries, which made even the squeamish kids forget they were cutting up frogs. The thing about Jamie was that nothing was sacred to him and we loved him for it. During a lockdown drill, while we're all crammed in the dark pretending there's a shooter, Jamie started doing perfect impressions of our principal's morning announcements, but made them about hiding from his ex-wife. Even the teachers were biting their sleeves trying not to laugh. His mom came to parent-teacher night and straight up admitted she couldn't ground him because he'd turn every punishment into a stand-up routine about suburban prison life. When anyone got upset about his jokes, Jamie would flash the stupid grin and say, "Life's too short not to laugh, right?" I remember the exact Monday everything changed because it was like watching someone die but stay walking. Jamie passed our usual spot by the vending machines where we always met up, and when Alonzo started the daily roast battle they'd been doing since freshman year, Jamie just looked through him like he was invisible. Not angry, not annoyed, just empty. At lunch, instead of holding court at the center table where he'd usually have everyone dying over his cafeteria food reviews, he sat alone in the corner picking at his sandwich. Chemistry class got weird when the teacher set up Jamie's favorite periodic table joke, practically served it to him on a silver platter, but Jamie just stared at his notebook. By that Friday, when they called his name for senior class clown at the pep rally, an award he'd won 3 years running, Jamie didn't even stand up. The whole gym went quiet because Jamie not taking a bow was like the sun not rising. 3 weeks of this zombie version of Jamie passed before his girlfriend found out what happened. That story he told us about his younger brother being at some boarding school for gifted kids? Complete lie. He had been in a psychiatric facility for 2 months after trying to unalive himself in their garage. Here's the part that made me understand why Jamie went silent. He idolized his older brother, studied every joke, memorized every comeback, basically turned himself into Jamie Jr., but he didn't have Jamie's natural timing or ability to read the room. He tried roasting these older kids at his middle school, the ones everyone knew not to mess with, thinking he'd be funny like his brother. Instead of laughing, they cornered him after school and made him perform his comedy routine, while they recorded it. Then they beat him unconscious behind the gym, telling him to be funny now with each punch. Jamie found him that night in their garage with the car running, and a note that said, "I'm not funny like you. I never was." The part that destroyed Jamie wasn't just that he survived, but couldn't speak anymore from the damage to his throat. It was that Jamie realized he'd taught his brother that everything was a joke, that nothing was serious, that you could laugh your way through anything. Except he couldn't, and it almost killed him. Jamie drove 2 hours each way to the facility every weekend, sitting in complete silence because Felix would flinch whenever anyone tried to make him smile.